It's the Archivist, y'all. Exclusively interviewing Rup Monsta.
What up?
And who is Rup Monsta out of Peg City?
Yo, Rup Monsta is a long-time veteran in Winnipeg. Been holding it down since 2000. I came up with the crew back in the day called Moonshine Crew. We blessed the fucking scene with all types of wonderful music, and we basically grew up from into another crew from Merc Dot. And basically from then I went on to my own solo career, and I've just been pushing ever since. Straight up pushing hard, 10 years. Real talk.
Nurse is part of that crew.
Yo, straight up, Buzz Matt. Big shout out to my boy Buzz Matt. He a nurse, Moonshine Crew representing. You don't know.
That's the 808.
You know? 808. And my boy Trey, too. Can't forget Trey.
9 Trey.
All
day.
You know what's up.
Tell me how you guys started with the Moonshine Crew.
Yo, man, back in the day, me and my boy Buzz were just thugging out, man. Just being kids, loving hip-hop. Grew up in the golden era, you know what I mean? And we started just duplicating, trying to make our own sound. Met a homie named Trevor Kurtz who put us on to how to make beats, and me and Buzz Matt just started pumping out beats. And it was on from then. We started up a group called Moonshine. Released a couple, small local albums through our high school, and grew into something else from there. We released 2 albums up until like 2004, and had lots of response on it, and started doing stuff a lot locally, you know what I mean? Opening up for cats like The Game, Exhibit, Royce the 5'9", Joe Budden I toured with a little bit, you know what I mean? So we held it down quite a bit in the Peg City. The crew disbanded after one of our homies died, Kurt Crooked Eye, rest in peace. Homie died, you know what I mean? And it kind of was not the fallout, but Moonshine kind of stopped making music. I teamed up with my boy Cypher Diaz, who was a late add-on to Moonshine Crew, and me and him just kept the torch going, you know what I mean? Buzz Matt moved out here to Vancouver, and me and my boys just held it down to Peggy, and we're popping out since, straight up.
And share about some of your mixtapes, any albums you've done, projects, collaborations.
Well, basically from 2008 to 10, we released 2 albums. They're free. I gave away 3,000 copies of each of them. The first one was called Support Your Local Talent 1, and we released another one called Support Your Local Talent 2, both of which are on YouTube and iTunes. And basically from then, I kind of hooked up with a homie named Charlie Feta from Winnipeg's Most, and we started working close together, me and him and Cypher Diaz. We pumped out an album called ADHD, which, in my opinion, is probably one of the strongest releases out of Canada ever. There's a few choice tracks on it. Beauty, Princess, they got about 50,000 views on each one of them. And it was a good release, man, real talk.
Over 50,000 views.
Yeah, on each of them, yeah. Beauty's got 46,000, Princess has got 50,000. All the other ones got 12, 13, 14,000 views easily. The one video that came up after that I did with the homie Brooke out of Most called Devfly, that's just got 100,000 views, you know what I mean? So on the come up, that's what we're doing. So basically from that, I stopped working with them, started hanging out with my boy Barris, BDJ Records representing, you know what I mean? We started cutting records with our homie Smalls, and we worked on this North Coast mixtape music, which we're putting out right now, you know what I mean? And DJ Smalls behind that. We have a choice track on there that's banging pretty heavy right now across Canada. Even in New York, I got homies, Tribro in New York, playing that shit on all types of radio shows. I phoned in personally to Thermal Waves and talked to a few people, you know what I mean? So this Rose track's catching fire. We got a video coming out for it right away, and that's the push right now, you know what I mean? This North Coast mixtape and this Rose.
And now linking up with Trey Nice. Let us know, Van City to Peg City.
Yo, man, me and Trey Nice linked up through Barris. Barris is the one who made this shit happen all the way. Put me, Trey Nice together with Chemo, with DJ Smalls. DJ Smalls got Hitman on the beat, another sick producer from Atlanta, you know what I mean? And magic was made. We made a couple tracks to it, and we came up with Rose, and there's gonna be more in the making.
Oh, man, that
straight
Piff,
up. Dat Piff, man, straight up, Dat Piff, North Coast music, get it now, it's hot. Already got 3,000 views in one day, you know what I mean? So it's good.
And the largest crowd you've ever rocked?
8,000 people. I did an Aboriginal Day at the Forks, Winnipeg. Rocked out to 8,000 people. It was pretty crazy. I've done a few arena shows. The Game was 5,000, you know what I mean? Lloyd Banks, 5,000. So I've done my share of shows, but I'm never scared to rock a big crowd. I just want them to get bigger, you know?
Best tour you've been on?
Best tour I've been on was probably the Jeezy push, man, straight up. We rocked out with Jeezy and got to get that in and be part of that was a good thing, you know what I mean? The next tour that we're coming with is our own push, man, this North Coast tour. That's gonna be the best tour I've been on. And that's coming real soon.
And can you share about Winnipeg and the scene out there? Like what's cracking? I know it's really hard.
I got lots of shout outs, man. Winnipeg is a solid little city. It's a hard little city. I can tell you from experience from being involved with Winnipeg since 1999, pushing as an artist, trying to come up. It's come a long way from pioneers such as myself. We got dudes like, I got a shout out to Dow Jones helped push a lot of that stuff too, you know what I mean? Our DJs within the DJ Despair. We had old crews like Freak Show and other cats, different shades that help bring the scene up. But yo,
Peanuts and Corn.
Peanuts and Corn, you know, can't forget Pipskin. Yeah, Macaroon, Space EP. Yeah, John Smith, everybody. And just as a collective now, yeah, Winnipeg's Most helped push a very, very big piece of that to the front. And you know what I mean?
Official.
Res Official as well. Shout out to Drazes, Stress Street all day. Shout out to DJ Hinks. Shout out to Joey Styles. You know
Shout out to Young Trey Nice.
Yeah. You done know. And yeah, man, Winnipeg is a very tight-knit city now. We probably got one of the strongest hip-hop scenes. It's actually a wonderful thing. We were always getting 200, 300, 400 plus crowds to our things. And the scene is really supportive. We got Streets 104.7 that's been holding it down. Shout out to Miss Melissa and all the program directors there. They've been holding it down for us for a minute. So
the best hip-hop memory you've been part of or contributed to?
Really, man, just building this North Coast movement, man. Honest to God, I feel like Canada is like the South like 10 years ago. And cats like us who've been carrying the flame and just repping this North Coast push and repping Canada on a whole. I feel that that's the best part of push I can be part of. I'm glad to see dudes are adapting the name. I see a lot of crews shouting North Coast now. That's what it's all about. We have to tie it all together, start representing. But don't forget, who's bringing the North Coast first is coming from the source, straight up. BDJ, Trey Nice, shout out to my boy Kid Kane, Bear Smith, hold it down.
And shouts to Barris and Rup and Dip. And this is the Archivist, and you already know the name, y'all.